What's up guys, this is Bird Music, and today we're going to be reacting to the Black Ops 7 multiplayer reveal trailer. Now, as I'm sure you guys know, the Black Ops 7 gameplay reveal trailer that was shown off at Gamescom, it unfortunately did not do too hot, and it's currently sitting at over 500,000 dislikes, which is kind of insane because if you think about it, we haven't even really seen actual gameplay of the multiplayer quite yet. No one's even really played this game yet, so it should be really interesting to see if the multiplayer gameplay reveal trailer can actually turn that around. For full transparency, I'm roughly an hour late to actually reacting to this trailer, but it looks like it has over 8,000 likes and a little over 3,000 dislikes, so it seems like it's doing better. The BO7 multiplayer reveal trailer is roughly 3 minutes long, but hopefully there's going to be some kind of blog or something that explains more of what's going on, kind of like what happened before, because I feel like what Black Ops 7 is really struggling with is a messaging problem. That first trailer was really kind of rough, but then the direct and all the blog posts, all the information they shared was actually pretty good. But yeah, let's check it out, man. Actual in-game footage. Ooh, some footage. Whoa. Is this actually gonna be the loading screen? Okay. No minimap? I'm kidding. It's, you know, probably HUD turned off. Ooh. Wait, that was a slick little wall jump. Kind of made me think of an exo jump the way that movement went. I'm guessing advanced body shield with the grenades. Oh, what the? Trophy system on the wall? Is that what it was? Noob tube in the camper. Oh, I love that. I love that.
Love that.
Oh my. Oh, the shotguns. Oh, the fire shotgun. Oh dear. They know their audience. Brushy enjoyers are going to be very happy this year, I'm sure. Oh, and quick scopers. Let's go. Oh, little clap. It's looking really fast paced, to be honest. Oh, I don't know what kind of kill streak we got there, but oh, they're bringing back the MMS from BO2. That's actually pretty dope. Oh my god.
What you're seeing is advanced warfare.
Into the advanced warfare. That's actually crazy though. I feel like this is where they start to lose some people, but it could be actually pretty fucking sick. Overclock here. Oh, the dog. We got the dog. Share your builds. The weapon build share feature is going to be pretty dope. Coming in on zip lines. This got to be the bigger team mode. We got Raid coming back, obviously. Oh, my. Damn. That was fucked up. Shotgunning little robot. My goodness. Yeah, shotgun's going crazy in this trailer, bro. Oh, my God. Okay. Whoa. Hold on. We got all the maps, too. Oh, wait. Hold on. There's more. There's more.
Legion on station. Weapons free.
What? Hand cannon? The swarm coming back. Oh my god. BO2 throwback for sure in this. So yeah, if you pre-order Black Ops 7, you'll get early access to the beta starting on October 2nd, going into October 5th. But if I'm not mistaken, I think if you have Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, you should also be getting early access to the Black Ops 7 beta. However, if you don't want to be paying anything and you just want to try out the game for free, the open beta is going to be from October 5th to October 8th. I believe right after this, we had like, yeah, the full map list. We have Scar, Homestead, Blackheart, Den, Colossus, Toshin, Flagship, Mission Tide, Retrieval, Paranoia, The Forge, Exposure, Mission Edge, Cortex, Imprint, and then we have Raid, Express, and Hijacked, all remastered from Black Ops 2. So we have 3 classic remastered Call of Duty maps, and then these 2 maps that are titled Mission, I feel like these are going to be like the ground war maps. And then I'm assuming every other map is going to be like a core 6v6 map, so this is looking pretty solid for the launch. Maps obviously have a huge influence on the identity of the game, and also it completely shapes what you're going to be playing in the game, so. Now real quick before we look for some more information, I want to see what the comments are saying. COD using Feign as background music is the last thing I expected to see today. I don't even know what the background music was, bro. No way they named it dog. The most heroic thing about this reveal is leaving the comment section on. I mean, to be fair, they don't turn comments off for trailers. Backshots are back, AO? Call of Duty, if you listen more to us, this game will be fire. I mean, the thumb is not wrong. I'm guessing Husk4781 dropped a like on that video. Okay, let's see what other kind of Black Ops 7 news we can find. Okay, so as expected, there's a massive blog that's gonna be breaking down more of this info, and we're gonna be able to learn so much more by actually reading this. It says, Intel Blast, Call of Duty Black Ops 7 multiplayer deep dive, and new beta details. This first sentence, bro, gain complete tactical knowledge on everything related to Black Ops 7 multiplayer, including intel on modes, maps, weapons, perks, field upgrades, the new overclock system, hybrid combat specialties, wildcards, score streaks, prestige and progression systems, and much more. Jesus Christ, this is going to be so much to go over. Yeah, that's what I thought. It's 16 6v6 multiplayer maps, and then there's 2 20 versus 20 skirmish maps, which is basically like BO7's version of Ground War. Test your skills across an impressive array of multiplayer modes, including a mix of classics like Team Deathmatch and Domination, more recently introduced fan favorite modes like Kill Order. No one likes Kill Order, bro, I'm sorry. But there is a brand new game mode called Overload, which I think they're about to describe right here. Yeah, I mean, it says new mode Overload, and it will be available in the Black Ops 7 beta. It says bring the Overload device to the enemy zones to overload them. It says fight for possession of the Overload device in this new push and pull 6v6 respawn mode that challenges teams to overload the enemy's control zones. Only one device spawns on the map at a time, so get in there and grab it before the other side can. The team in charge of the device must protect the carrier as they run toward one of 2 designated zones near the enemy team's starting spawn. Disrupt one of the zones in time to score a point and spawn a new device in the field. The position of the overload device is always indicated on the HUD and TAC map, so be prepared for an intense tug of war as the device changes hands often throughout the match. Any player holding the item benefits from a personal radar to help detect nearby enemies attempting to steal it away. At halftime, teams switch sides. Stick together, get to the device, and overload the enemy. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, just based off the description, I'm really not exactly sure what this game mode is supposed to be. I guess we'll have to wait until the Black Ops 7 beta to find out and, see what overload really is, but hopefully it's nothing like kill order, because that was a brand new game mode in Black Ops 6, and honestly, I really don't think it was that good. If anything, I'd like to see them bring back game modes like Safeguard or even possibly War. But it does say here other modes arriving during the beta and launch include, but are not limited to, the following. We'll have access to Team Deathmatch in the beta, which is pretty standard, as well as Domination. They are mentioning Search and Destroy, but it does not say available at the beta, so I'm not too sure about that. But Kill Confirmed will be in the beta. They do mention Free-for-all, but there's no icon for it, and it also doesn't say that it's going to be in the beta. However, Hardpoints will be available in the beta, and then they're also listing Gunfight as well as Kill Order and Control. And then right below that, they're mentioning alternate modes. Okay, and all of this is basically just the face-off versions of these game modes. So face-off Dom, face-off TDM, face-off Kill Order, as well as face-off Kill Confirmed. But aside from the alternate modes, they're also mentioning skirmish here. It says, for larger scale multiplayer battles, nothing beats a good skirmish. In addition to the 16 core maps launching with Black Ops 7, players can look forward to 2 20 versus 20 objective focused maps, dropping teams into expansive environments with enhanced means of traversal, including wingsuits, grappling hooks, and vehicles, all assisting you and your squad get to the next objective with time to spare and dominate the other team. I'm not sure about the English on that, but yeah, skirmish basically sounds like Black Ops 7's version of Ground War, and I'm excited to check it out. They're also mentioning here the training course beta. Enter a new training course designed to get you up to speed on basic movement and advanced combat skills, perfect for new and returning players. This course will teach you all you need to know to get the most out of your operator in the field, including the ability to practice wall jumps and perfect the new grenade-based finishing move. Also, strangely enough, they're mentioning private matches here. They're saying invite your friends, add bots, and customize the rules of your favorite multiplayer modes in private match. Add spectators to cheer on the match and tune CODcaster settings across visual and camera options, or play solo using private match to explore different maps and modes at your own pace. Now, hopefully for private matches in Black Ops 7, I'm really hoping that they'll allow us to not only, customize all the different settings of the different modes and stuff, but then also save custom recipes or like custom presets, so that way we can just have them saved and ready to go. Ironically enough, some of the best private matches we've ever had in Call of Duty games are in games like Black Ops 1, the original Modern Warfare 3, and even like Black Ops 3, and all of those games are at least a decade old. Okay, but next up we have an overview on the Black Ops 7 maps. Expect a variety of map sizes catering to every type of player, from those craving instant action on very small sized arenas to those wanting longer range tactical engagements across medium sized combat zones. Below are the maps available to play during the beta, as well as coming at launch, including the return of 3 Black Ops 2 fan favorites. And yeah, we already saw the entire map list, so we don't have to go over that again. However, when it comes to the core 6v6 maps, they are mentioning which maps will be playable in the beta, and it looks like Blackheart, Cortex, Exposure, Imprint, The Forge, and Toshin will all be playable in the beta. So all brand new maps, and it looks like none of those BO2 remasters will be playable in the beta as far as we know. And I guess the skirmish maps won't be playable either, at least as far as I can tell. Wait a second, are they doing deep dives on every single map? Look at this. We have Blackheart. This is a core 6v6 multiplayer map that's playable at the beta, and it's gonna be a small size map. Yeah, at this point we've seen this map at least a couple times in trailers and stuff, and it looks like there's basically duplicates of the map out in the distance, which is kind of interesting. I feel like that kind of reinforces the idea that this map is very small, and it kind of looks like it could be basically the new Stakeout. It's definitely looking like a smaller map for sure. Next up we have Cortex. It looks like it's gonna be another small sized 6v6 map. It kind of makes me think of a mix of like Combine from Black Ops 3, but also like Biolab from Advanced Warfare. And this long walkway area over here, I feel like this is gonna be a really tough lane to try to fight through. After that we have Exposure, which is gonna be a medium-sized 6v6 map in the beta. It says deploy to an Australian outback. Now this is not looking like an Outback Steakhouse. However, the ground is looking pretty well seasoned. It's very orange. Honestly, man, aesthetically, this map looks cool as fuck, but we have no idea how it's going to actually play out. But it's going to be a medium-sized map, so. After that, we have a map called Imprint. Again, it's going to be another medium-sized 6v6 map in the beta. Based off of this little screenshot, looks like there will be wall jumping on the interior, but this map is going to be a snow map. But yeah, after that, we have another new map called The Forge. It's going to be a medium-sized 6v6 map as well. And dude, this map be looking fancy AF. Honestly, this is kind of giving me some more BO3 vibes as well. We also have this map called Toshin, which is a medium-sized 6v6 map as well, also playable in the beta. I'm going to go out on a pretty big limb here and say that this map takes place in in Germany. Obviously, I'm just joking. This map clearly takes place in Japan, and I'm liking all the different environments and all the different locations so far. Oh, I think Toshin was the last map that's gonna be playable in the beta. So basically, every other map is just playable at launch. So I'm gonna try to go through these pretty quick. Here we have Colossus. This is gonna be a medium-sized 6v6 map as well. We also have a map called Den. Again, 6v6 medium-sized map. They're definitely nailing a lot of these medium-sized maps instead of trying to do, you know, a bunch of small ones again. This map looks cool as shit. It kind of makes me think of Castle from World of War. We have another map called Flagship. This one is going to be a small-sized 6v6 map, and I think we saw this one in the trailers as well. After that, we have Homestead. This is going to be another medium-sized 6v6 map. It says, witness the northern lights high over David Mason's Alaskan childhood home. This is going to be a sick-ass map. And weirdly enough, it kind of makes me think of the map Whiteout from Ghosts. Oh my goodness, we have a map called Paranoia. It's a small-sized 6v6 map. The description says there's something going on at the hospital, but is it all in your head? While half of the tiny map appears like a normal medical facility, the other half erupts into a psychedelic dreamscape, objects floating upward where a red light shines through the broken ceiling. Hold on to your sanity or risk being administered for life. That sounds crazy. I would really hope that if Treyarch is trying to have kind of like a creepy or scary map, they would try to have some, you know, really good ambient sounds that play in that other half of the map, kind of like what we saw with Asylum in World at War. Because that would be pretty intense for this map. But next up we have Retrieval. This is the first map that they're describing as a large size 6v6 map. I am blanking so hard on it right now, but I swear there's a map in Black Ops 3 that looks very similar to this kind of like aesthetic. Oh my god. The map also had these really nice looking trees, but it was a snow map as well. It's, I swear to god. I think the map I'm thinking of is called Stronghold. Next up we have a map called Scar. This is a medium sized 6v6 map as well. And then of course we have Express from Black Ops 2 getting remastered in the game. We also have Hijacked from BO2 getting remastered, but look at the backdrop. That's insane for Hijacked, man. And then lastly, for Black Ops 2 remastered maps that will be available at launch, we have Raid. And yes, you will be able to shoot the basketballs. But next up, we have the Skirmish 20 versus 20 map, starting off here with Mission Edge. This is a large size map, obviously. And the other Skirmish map is called Mission Tide. Again, another 20 versus 20 large size map. Obviously, I think it goes without saying for pretty much all of these maps, except for the BO2 remasters, is that all we have so far is some screenshots and some different videos, some shots from the trailers, but we really don't know anything about these maps and how they're gonna play until we can actually play the game. But I will say that so far as it goes for the maps we can play in the beta and especially the launch for Black Ops 7, there's a lot of maps here and they do look pretty good. And I would really hope that when it comes to Skirmish specifically, if this mode ends up doing really well and people really vibe with and enjoy this, I really do hope they have more post-launch maps plans for this mode because, you know, something that was kind of frustrating with the new Modern Warfare 3 is that War was a ton of fun to play in that game, but they only ever had 2 maps. We pretty much just had 1 War map at launch and then we got 1 more later on and then that was it. So I hope that they have more plans for post-launch for Skirmish, at least if this mode ends up being really fun and really good. Like, I would hope that they can make more, but we'll have to wait and see. I'm getting a little ahead of myself. This next section is about loadouts and equipment. They're going to be covering overclocks as well as tacticals and lethals, field upgrades, and then wildcards and perks. There's going to be a lot of stuff here. I honestly don't even know if I can go through all of it right now. This recording is already going for like over an hour. Yo, but look at this loadout screen. This is looking pretty like near future for sure. It kind of makes me think of like a mix of BO2 and BO3. Actually, I'm going to be honest, dude, the font and stuff and the style of the perks, this is really making me think of BO3. But we have to check out overclocks because this is a brand new feature for loadouts. It says new to Black Ops 7, players can now customize their tactical and lethal equipment, field upgrades, and score streaks using the overclock system. Effective use of these individual loadout items will unlock up to 2 overclock abilities over time, providing a variety of benefits like a lower score cost, decreased charge time for field upgrades, and extra lethality for your equipment. Select the overclock ability that works best for your playstyle and reap the rewards of even greater power. Check out the exact overclocks for individual equipment items later in this blog. And as we can see for this cluster grenade, it has an active overclock that allows you to control the fuse. But aside from that, they're breaking down some pretty obvious things like, you know, primary weapons, the different class categories that we're going to have, as well as secondary weapons, which, you know, pistols and launchers. Nothing too crazy here. Just like Black Ops 6, there's going to be a dedicated melee slot, so nothing too crazy there. When it comes to tacticals, though, I think we might have some new stuff here. We have a stun grenade, EMP grenade, flashbang, pinpoint grenade, which I think is new. We have the stim shot coming back. We have the psych grenade. That should be a pretty interesting one. We have the hunter bot, smokes, and then decoys. I'm not going to go super in depth on the stuff that we already know. There are all kinds of overclocks, but if you guys do want to look at any of this stuff more in depth, I will have a link to the full blog in the description as well. Oh, we don't have full descriptions for everything, but let's see. The pinpoint grenade says it's a grenade that detects enemies within its range. Close enemies are shot with tracking devices, which can be removed by victims. And then it has 2 different overclocks. This is sounding like a pretty intense, like, recon grenade. And then, of course, we also have the psych grenade. It says it explodes on impact with the ground, releasing a lingering cloud of hallucinogenic gas. Okay, so it's basically basically BO7's fart grenade, and it's gonna have some different overclocks that'll probably make it more annoying. So yeah, that's the sight grenade. We do have a description of the Hunter bot as well. It says a personal defensive device that hovers near and homes in on enemy equipment, field upgrades, and score streaks before exploding on impact. Okay. They're also showing us the lethals in Black Ops 7. We have frags, sticky grenades, cluster grenades, combat axes, point turret, needle drone, C4, and Molotov. Now these two I want to know more about. Okay, for the point turret, it says it's a small deployable sentry turret that automatically shoots at enemies, distracting and damaging them. That's crazy. Basically a little mini sentry gun. Okay, bro, this thing could end up being really annoying. We'll have to see how that's gonna play out. And then after that, we have the needle drone. It says it's a small flying drone that explodes on impact. It toggles between auto or manual control. Yeah, bro, we're gonna have to see how both of these play out, but honestly, if they're too strong, they could end up being really annoying. After that, we have field upgrades in the game, and there's gonna be a lot of familiar ones here, as well as probably some new ones too. We have the ass pack, the drone pod, trophy system, active camo, echo unit, squad link, scrambler, fear trap, black hat, and mute field. Wait a second. I know I probably shouldn't be freaking out over this, but I just realized that the black hat PDA from BO2 is coming back. That's actually really sick. But yeah, for the drone pod, it says it's a deployable device that launches aerial drones. The drones seek out enemies and explode. Obviously, for active camo, you become partially invisible for a short period of time. The echo unit basically deploys a holographic soldier and is going to trick people, but it can also capture and hold objectives, so that's going to be pretty sick for objective game modes. Then we also have squad link. It says deployed device that boosts score and improves effectiveness of allied operators and gadgets in range. And then for basically everything else, they're not sharing nearly as much information, and I don't think this stuff is going to be usable in the beta. We have fear trap, a deployed trap which emits a neurotoxic gas cloud causing hallucinations and disorienting enemies. The black hat is a device that hacks enemies, equipment, and score streaks. Aim continuously at a target to hack it. And then lastly, we have mute field, a stealth device that reduces your footstep volume, hides you from enemy minimaps, and prevents you from being targeted by enemy score streaks for a limited time. Now, hopefully, the game is still going to have Ninja as a perk, and we won't have to rely on mute field in order to get around. I don't think that Treyarch would do that for Black Ops 7, but we'll have to wait and see how this is going to play out for sure. Next up, we have the wildcards for Black Ops 7, and basically everything here is the same except for the addition of Specialist at the very end. And unfortunately, it looks like Specialist will only be usable in the full game, but it says that Specialist replaces your score streaks with 3 additional perks on top of the ones you normally choose. Perks 4, 5, and 6 are earned like low-level score streaks at 200, 400, and 600 score. Earn all remaining eligible perks during a match at 1200 score. This is an absolute classic coming back from the original Modern Warfare 3. I love Specialist bonuses, and I'm glad that they're doing this for Black Ops 7, even if it's not, you know, like a Modern Warfare game or if it's made by Infinity Ward. Okay, they're actually going to be talking about perks as well. So far, we can see Gung Ho, Dexterity, Lightweight, Cold-Blooded, Ghost, and then Ninja. So yeah, we do have Ninja in the game as well. And then instead of calling it Tac Mask, we now have Tech Mask, Flak Jacket, and Shadow. Yeah, for Gung Ho, it says fire while sprinting, improved movement speed while reloading or using equipment. Dexterity is basically the same. Lightweight allows you to have increased movement speed. You can jump, slide, and dive further, and there's faster recovery from sliding and diving, so Lightweight should be a pretty huge perk. Then, of course, we have all the different stealth perks as well, and Ninja just says move more quietly. I'm really curious to see if your footsteps will be fully silent or if you're going to have to use that one field upgrade to try to basically have no footstep volume at all. Tech Mask seems like it's going to be pretty good because you'll be immune to a lot of different things. You can't be EMP'd or hacked as well. Flak Jacket works the same. Shadow basically works the same as BO6. So yeah, honestly, not too bad. But wait, that was all just perk 1? Oh, that's actually crazy. Wait, here's all the perks for perk 2. We have Scavenger, Assassin, Close Shave, and Hunter's Instinct. So a lot of these are just, you know, kind of getting borrowed and carried over from Black Ops 6 for sure. We also have Vigilance, but then we have Blast Link, Engineer, and then Fast Hands and Gearhead. It says your explosive damage marks enemies on your minimap, grants this benefits to all allies, earn score when they deal explosive damage. Okay, I think we basically had that. And then lastly, for perk slot 3, we have Tac Sprinter, which is basically the reverse of what we have in Black Ops 6 right now, as well as Bankroll, Bruiser, and then Looper, so you can loop your score streaks if you run this one. We also have Vendetta and Tracker, and then Guardian, Charge Link, and Quartermaster. What is Charge Link? It says faster field upgrade charge rate, but it grants this benefits to all allies, earn score when nearby allies use their field upgrades. Now that's different. Pretty interesting change there. Wait a second, what are they doing for combat specialties? This looks different. It says new to Black Ops 7, players can now activate hybrid combat specialties when pairing perks of different categories. As long as your loadout includes at least 2 perks of the same color, you're guaranteed to unlock a hybrid combat specialty. You can get a hybrid specialty called Scout if you mix the red and blue perks. It says offense and stealth hybrid. When you get a bullet elimination, stay completely hidden from enemy minimaps for 5 seconds. Additional eliminations during this period reset the timer. There's also one called Tactician for red and green perks. It's a support and offense hybrid. When you earn assists, earn bonus score from bullet eliminations for 10 seconds. Okay. And the last hybrid specialty is called Operative for using the blue and green perks. It's a stealth and support hybrid. Earn field upgrade charge from stealthy eliminations. Suppressed weapons, melee eliminations, eliminations while out of the line of sight, and other cases count as stealth eliminations. missions. So basically, it will charge your field upgrades faster if you play stealthily. Okay. Then, of course, we have the return of Enforcer for running all red perks. It says after each elimination, gain a buff to movement speed and health regen speed for a short time. Hopefully, it's going to be buffed from Black Ops 6 because honestly, it's just not as good in there. Oh boy. And then we have the core specialty for recon for running all blue perks. It says on respawn, see the direction of the closest enemy on the minimap. The edge of the HUD pulses for enemies outside your view and it leaves no death skulls. So I feel like they might have toned this back from Black Ops 6. Thank God. And then lastly, we see the return of strategist for running all green perks. It says increase score for objectives and sabotage, deploy equipment faster, see enemy content through walls a short distance. So yeah, not too bad. All right, next up it says weapons detail and score streaks. They're saying at launch, BO7 will deliver 30 weapons, including 16 debuting for the first time in franchise history. Obviously, we have the gunsmith returning, and there's also going to be global weapon builds where you can, share your builds with other people by using a build code. And then, of course, they're going to talk about score streaks as well. All right, we got a bunch of different ARs. We have the M15 Mod 0, the MXR-17. Again, these are just screenshots. We don't really know exactly what all these guns fully are and how they're going to be. So I am going to try to go through it pretty fast. We do have the Peacekeeper MK1, though, which is a classic from Black Ops 2. Really happy to see this one coming back. Wait, that's all they're showing us right now. It says expect 3 more ARs at the launch of BO7. Okay. For SMGs, we have the Graz 45K, as well as the Dravik 45. We also have the Razor 9mm, and then it says there's going to be 3 more SMGs at the launch of BO7 as well. For shotguns, we have the M10 Breacher, which looks like it's going to be the pump shotgun of the game. There's also going to be the Echo 12, which looks like the M1216 from Black Ops 2. Although it's being described as a rechambering double barrel shotgun. I don't know if it's going to be like a 3-round burst then, but they are saying there's going to be 1 additional shotgun to use at the launch of Black Ops 7. I wonder if it's going to be the Brecci. Next up, we have the LMGs. We have the MK.78. Oh, I guess that's the only one. It says there's going to be 1 more LMG to use at the launch of Black Ops 7. So honestly, not that many LMGs, which is kind of strange. But then we have marksman rifles, and as you can see, the M8A1 is coming back from BO2. However, they're putting it in the marksman rifle category instead of the AR category. So I do kind of wonder if it's going to be handling a little bit slower than it did in Black Ops 2. And yeah, apparently that's the only one that we're going to be seeing right now. They're saying there's going to be 2 more marksman rifles at launch. But next up, we have the sniper rifles for Black Ops 7. We have the VS Recon or the Verse Recon. I've pretty much been calling this thing the VSR or the Vondi sniper rifle because this is basically the DSR coming back. At least that's what people are saying. And then of course oh wait, what the fuck? The XR3 Ion. What is this? Wait, it's the PO6. The PO6 is coming back. Oh my God. That's crazy. It says it's a 3-round burst sniper rifle with high power and low recoil, but slower handling and a short pre-fire delay. That is actually insane. And it's saying there's going to be 1 more additional sniper rifle to use at the launch of BO7. So honestly, not a lot of sniper rifles either, but this is really exciting to see. But next up, we have the secondary. Starting off with the pistols, we have the Jaeger 45. And then the Coda 9, which looks like basically like the Cap 40. It will be a full auto pistol, and there's going to be 1 more pistol at the launch of BO7. Next up for launchers, we have the Arc M1. This thing looks crazy. They're describing it as a charge launcher. Hold the trigger to charge up a devastating energy beam that can pierce through enemies, deals high damage to vehicles and score streaks. That sounds pretty crazy. I think this might be the only launcher we can use in the beta, and they're saying there's going to be 1 more launcher at the launch of Black Ops 7. And then, of course, for melee weapons, we have the Flatline MK2, which is basically going to be the combat knife of the game, it looks like. And they're saying there's going to be 1 more additional melee weapon to use at the launch of Black Ops 7. But next up, we have the gunsmith for Black Ops 7. We can see a little screenshot of it right here. So far, it does look very similar to how things are in Black Ops 6, so it really shouldn't be that different or confusing. Okay, but here we go. We have the weapon build sharing, which is probably one of the coolest features that's going to be in BO7. As you can see, all 4 of these different builds have a different build code, and if you input that code, you will get the exact builds and the exact attachments that that person is using. Now, they are mentioning the firing range right here, but they're not showing us any images. But they're saying the firing range returns. It allows you to test different weapons and weapon builds on a variety of targets, see exactly how much damage each shot inflicts at a variety of ranges, adjust between still and moving targets, and test your recoil patterns on the wall. And this is new to Black Ops 7. It says you can now access Gunsmith and all your loadouts within the firing range in multiplayer and import weapon build codes to try out other players' creations. That sounds pretty nice. But next up, we have the score streaks for Black Ops 7, which are looking pretty crazy. I mean, look at this fucking robot, dude. It's so wild that we basically have the return of like an advanced warfare score streak. But for the beta, we're gonna have access to the scout pulse. This thing is, not all that great compared to an actual UAV. We do have the RCXD returning as well, which is, pretty classic for Black Ops. The UAV is coming back, boys! Woo! Wait, they're calling the cruise missile the skewer?
I can't wait to use the skewer.
I don't know why, dude, but that's kind of hilarious. I hope at some point there's a bundle where they call this thing the kebab and they have like steak and different veggies hanging off of it. I can see it already. We have the return of the care package. Care packages are coming back. Counter UAV is going to be in the game as well. We also have, the LGM. It says launch a continuous bombardment of explosive shells at a targeted area. Okay, so basically like a futuristic robot mortar or like an airstrike or something. Ooh, we also have the Napalm Strike coming back. Pretty sick. Sentry guns are going to be in the game as well. Okay, never mind. There's the Hellstorm missile. Let's go. The hand cannon's coming back as well. It looks a little bit different though. Wait a second. Look at these overclocks. More ammo in clip, The second overclock allows you to run akimbo hand cannons? Dude, what the fuck? Then we have this thing, the Gravemaker, which will be usable in the beta. It looks like some kind of crazy futuristic sniper rifle. It says assemble a portable one-hit kill sniper rifle that can reveal and eliminate targets behind cover. The first overclock gives you a larger magazine and gives you more ammo, and the second overclock reduces the charge time before firing. Then of course we have the Dog. Deployable armored weaponized ground craft, which is why it's called Dog, featuring a large caliber turret and rocket pod. It's gonna be very good at killing people. We have the return of the interceptors from
Black Ops Cold War,
where it can fly in and destroy enemy score streaks. The Watchdog Helo is gonna be coming back in the beta for Black Ops 7 as well. Wait, what is this? The HKDs? It says aerial payload delivers wheeled hunter-killer drones, which seek targets and explode. That's basically the return of RAPs from Black Ops 3. Back then we basically called it meatballs, but I guess instead it's gonna be a bunch of like mini RCXDs that drive around and kill people, so kind of crazy to see that coming back. They're calling this thing the Rhino, which will be usable in the beta. We're definitely gonna have to try to stay alive and earn this thing and check it out for sure. We're also seeing the return of the VTOL in the betas. That's pretty insane. We also have the Harp, which is basically, you know, like an advanced UAV or the Blackbird, VSAT, whatever you want to call it. BO3 enjoyers know it as the Hater. We also have the EMP coming back as well. You know, you call this in and basically everyone gets hacked. They lose all their score streaks. And then we have Legion, which is the same name as the group that makes all that tech and stuff. This is essentially the Swarm from Black Ops 2 coming back in the game. Next up, they're talking about Omni movement and innovations to movement as well. As we know, there's gonna be wall jumps. Treyarch is removing tac sprint as a default option. You have to run a perk if you want to actually tac sprint. And body shielding will allow you to jam a grenade into your enemy and then kick them away. They have a section here called Meet the Operator, so we'll be able to see the two different factions as well as who you can play as. It looks like for JSOC you can play as Mason, and then for the guilds you can play, I think it's Emma. I'm sure there's gonna be some, other operators as well. Okay, so only some of these operators are playable in the beta, but there's gonna be a lot, especially the zombies crew as well. It looks like you can either play as 50-50 or Faulkner in the beta, and then Gerardo, Kagan, and Mason will also be playable in the beta, but we also have some other operators here as well. Okay, there's even more. We have Vermac as well as Wei Lin, and then Zaveri. And I don't know if you guys caught this, but we do have Samuels from Black Ops 2 coming back as well. Okay, but this is a big one, lads. We have a section here talking about progression and classic prestige. Black Ops 7 will have classic prestige like Black Ops 6 did. They're gonna have shared progression and XP across all the modes, so you know, campaign, multiplayer, zombies, and Warzone. Starting in season 1, all of the XP will be shared. You can grind from level 1 to 55, and you can grind to 10th prestige, but as far as I can tell right now, I'm still not seeing anything about level 1000 and going to prestige legend. They are mentioning weapon prestige though, and they're saying for the first time since Black Ops 4, weapon prestige is basically coming back. After you max a weapon's level, you can enter weapon prestige. To reset the weapon, you can get prestige attachments as well as universal camos, and you can keep grinding your weapons up to 250 levels, and you can unlock a final universal camo for that weapon. Now, I don't know if these will be the only kinds of progression systems in the game, but it weirdly kind of sounds like you'd be grinding more weapon prestiges than actual classic prestige levels and stuff. But we'll have to wait and see. Wait a second, hold on. As we keep reading, they are mentioning Prestige Master. They're once again going to be doing prestige themes like they did in Black Ops 6, which is actually really sick. I loved how they did that. They're saying expect a deeper Black Ops 7 prestige system for the dedicated player who makes it to Prestige Master. In addition to ultimate rewards like operator skins and weapon blueprints, expect additional Prestige Master titles and colors at regular intervals throughout your level 1000 grind to further showcase your prowess. Okay, so yeah, there will be level 1000 grinding confirmed, as well as the different prestige themes. So yeah, they're going to be cooking with prestige. And just in case you guys missed this for weapon prestige, this is basically how it's going to work. Weapon prestige 1 is going to have levels 1 through 50 to grind, and then weapon prestige 2 will have another 50 levels, but then to get to weapon prestige master, you have to grind your weapon to level 250. This is going to be a pretty insane grind. There's going to be some exclusive attachments that you can get for doing this, as well as camos. This could end up being an insane amount of grinding, especially if you factor in DLC weapons that get added as the seasons go on. So it's going to be very, very busy. Okay, but next up, they're mentioning career and weapon camos as well. I wonder if they're going to show the mastery camos. We have cooling core challenges, daily challenges, reroll, and weekly. And then they're mentioning weapon camos. Are they going to actually show us the camos? I don't think they're going to show the camos. Okay, we have calling card challenges, daily challenge reroll. Looks like you can reroll your challenges once per day. So if you end up getting like a crappy daily challenge, you can reroll that. That's pretty nice. And they're mentioning weekly challenges as well. They're saying Treyarch is also bringing weekly challenges to Black Ops 7 starting in season 1. Weekly challenges will feature a new piece of unlockable loadout content week after week in the post-launch seasons, including weapons, attachments, and score streaks. Complete any 6 of a week's challenges across all 4 modes to unlock that week's new loadout item. Additionally, earn 2 camos per season by earning half and all of the available weekly challenge rewards. Thank God. This is basically what we had in Modern Warfare 3. It sounds like the post-launch content is going to be way more solid than Black Ops 6, and I'm really excited, man. It is sounding really, really good for Black Ops 7 right now. For Black Ops 7, they're mentioning weapon camo updates and improvements. It says, guided by development, observations, and community feedback, expect a host of improvements to the weapon camo grind. Here are some that they can reveal so far. They're saying fewer headshots and better camo pacing. Oh, hell yeah. Players now only need 80 headshots per weapon to complete all 9 military camos, and the pacing of camo unlocks is more consistent as you progress. So for example, you earn your first camo after 5 headshots, then every 10 headshots after that. So it basically goes like 5, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, and 80. Instead of how it works in Black Ops 6, where you know those last 2 camos you need for headshots, there's an interval of 25 headshots in between the last 2 camos, which makes it feel like it takes a lot longer, even though it really doesn't. They're also saying that for military camos, instead of requiring headshots, shotguns will now require point-blank kills, and sniper rifles will require one-shot kills. That is a massive quality of life improvement. However, it does kind of remove that extra level of challenge and difficulty, but I can see why they would do that. I mean, shit, dude, whatever gets the camos unlocked faster, I'm not gonna complain. For special camos, it says there are now 3 special camos per weapon instead of 2. Special camos are now the same per weapon and can only be equipped to that weapon once unlocked, just like the military camos. For equipping universal camos, they're saying you can now equip any universal camo to any weapon. The previous requirements of having to unlock 5 military camos on the weapon before you can equip the universal camo has been removed, so that's pretty nice. For Warzone camo challenges, they're saying the Treyarch and Raven teams have monitored and reevaluated more difficult and frustrating Warzone camo challenges. Thank God. You can expect Warzone camo challenges in Season 1 that are more reasonable to complete. Sounds pretty nice. And then they're also saying Camo Hub and tracking, the Camo Hub camo challenge tracking, automatic display of camos near completion, and the last used weapon camo display feature will be in Black Ops 7 at launch. That's amazing. It's really nice to have those quality of life features carry forward at the launch of the next game. They're also saying there's going to be additional ways to earn camos. Oh my goodness, so much. Obviously, we know there's going to be weapon prestige camos. There's also going to be camos you can get by doing weekly challenges. There's going to be seasonal events, and they're also saying, wait, what? Redacted, reach classified to unlock the classified mastery camo. Don't tell me that there's going to be a secret mastery camo for getting everything in the game, because if there is, we are going to fucking grind. I think we're also seeing the return of mastery badges, which we had in Black Ops 6 as well. Okay, yeah, it sounds like it's basically going to be the same. You know, you can get bronze, silver, and gold, and once you get gold for all of the category, you automatically get diamond. We know how that works. They're saying here statistics and profile. The combat record, leaderboards, and medal collection return in Black Ops 7. That's pretty nice. It says you can customize your showcase, wallpaper, clan tag. Basically, all this stuff from Black Ops 6 will be in Black Ops 7 as well. And they're saying additional comms, Call of Duty Next, beta dates, and more. They're saying mark your calendars for September 30th as Call of Duty Next commences with a live streaming broadcast starting at 9 a.m. Pacific time. Expect developers from Treyarch talking you through the full Black Ops 7 offering, plus reps from across Call of Duty studios and community channels, and key announcements, full beta information, and everything coming to Black Ops 7 Multiplayer, Zombies, and Call of Duty Warzone, which, by the way, in case you guys didn't happen to see, I actually will be going to Call of Duty Next for the first time. I did get the invite. So yeah, if you guys haven't subscribed, definitely get subscribed so that way you guys don't miss out on any of the brand new Black Ops 7 stuff at COD Next. They basically just have a bunch of information about the beta, but yeah, this blog post for Black Ops 7 Multiplayer was absolutely massive, and I feel like this is giving us a lot of really good information, a lot of reassurance, and it looks like there's going to be a lot of really good content coming for Black Ops 7, but obviously, again, we still have to play the game and see how it's going to feel, see how it plays out. I will say though, just based off of the early impressions of seeing all these different maps and screenshots and weapons and stuff, it really makes me think of like a hybrid between Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 3, and that could be for better or for worse. We just have to see how it plays out, because some stuff looks really good, but there's other things like maybe some equipment and some field upgrades that could be questionable. Maybe they will end up being annoying in the multiplayer, but again, we won't really know until we can actually get our hands on the game and play and see for ourselves how it's going to actually be. But again, since I'm going to COD Next early, I will be able to play Black Ops 7 early and share all this information with you guys. And again, massive thanks to all of you for supporting me for all of these years and allowing me to actually be able to do this, and big thanks to Call of Duty for the invite. It's very much appreciated. And real quick before we wrap up this video, it looks like Treyarch did tweet this out saying we had to do it. Adrenaline 2025 is here. I'm assuming this is going to be the main multiplayer menu theme for Black Ops 7, and we have to check it out. And you know we gotta crank this. Are you fucking kidding me? Woo! All the strings, bro. Hey, we got the BO7 outro music. I'm gonna have to make a new outro for sure. Yeah, between the multiplayer blog and the Adrenaline 2025 theme, I think that Treyarch has absolutely cooked here. But you guys can let me know in the comments, what do you think about all this information so far? I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions on this, especially after all the negativity that was surrounding the first Black Ops 7 trailer. But yeah, I've been recording for almost 2 hours now, so thank you guys very much for watching. I really do hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did and you want to see some more Black Ops 7 stuff, make sure to drop a like, subscribe if you're new. I'll see you guys later.
Outcome. Train good.